In the summer of 1822, under the blazing Egyptian sun, a small expedition of French archaeologists led by Professor Émile Durand arrived at the ruins of Hermopolis Magna, an ancient city once believed to be the center of Egyptian knowledge and sacred rituals. The city had been abandoned for over 1,000 years, buried beneath layers of shifting desert sands. Locals whispered that Hermopolis was cursed, calling it the city of the moon god, a place where forbidden secrets were locked away by the ancient priests of Thoth himself. For weeks, Durand and his team excavated broken columns, shattered statues, and collapsed temples, finding nothing unusual. But on the 47th day, one of the workers accidentally struck something solid beneath the limestone floor of a half-buried temple. It wasn't natural rock, it was polished granite. Excavations revealed a sealed stone chamber, perfectly hidden beneath the ruins, untouched for thousands of years. There was no entrance, no markings, and no inscriptions, just a single smooth black doorway carved into the earth. When they finally forced it open, the air that escaped was thick and heavy, as if they had broken into a tomb that had been undisturbed since the dawn of time. The torches flickered unnaturally as they entered, and many workers refused to go inside, fearing an ancient curse. Inside the chamber, they discovered strange scrolls and stone tablets stacked neatly inside a hollowed niche. But unlike any Egyptian writing ever documented, the symbols weren't hieroglyphics. They weren't Greek, Sumerian, or Coptic either. The symbols seemed mathematical and geometric, spiraling in intricate patterns, almost like encoded algorithms. At the center of the chamber lay a small obsidian chest, covered in dust but perfectly preserved. Inside it, the archaeologists found a single fragile scroll bound in what looked like ancient papyrus, but its texture was unlike any known material, almost metallic to the touch. On the scroll's opening panel, a single cryptic line was etched in deep gold ink. "He who opens this book shall hold the knowledge of the gods, and suffer their wrath." Professor Durand was transfixed. As a historian, he knew this could be the most important discovery in human history. But his Egyptian guide, Hassan al-Khalid, warned him to leave it untouched. Hassan claimed the locals had legends of a forbidden book written by the god Thoth, a divine scribe who recorded the secrets of creation itself. According to the myths, this book granted its reader power over life and death, the ability to summon spirits, and knowledge to command the forces of the cosmos. But there was a terrifying warning woven into every story. The book was never meant for mortals. Ancient texts describe how the high priests of Thoth guarded the book for thousands of years, hiding it away in secret chambers, fearing it would fall into the wrong hands. They believed anyone who tried to unlock its secrets without divine permission would awaken a curse so powerful that their very existence would be erased from the threads of time. Professor Durand dismissed the warnings as superstition. He had the scroll carefully wrapped and sent to his research tent for further study. But that night, something strange happened. Workers reported hearing low, rhythmic chanting coming from inside the sealed chamber, even though it was empty. Torches went out without explanation, and several expedition members claimed to see shadows moving against the walls, even when no one was there. By the third night, one of Durand's assistants, Louis Moreau, disappeared without a trace. His bedroll was untouched, his boots neatly placed by the entrance of his tent, but his journal was found lying open, with one final entry scrawled in frantic handwriting. "The voices are getting louder. I hear them calling my name." Fearing for his team's safety, Durand ordered the chamber resealed. But the damage was already done. When the scroll was transported to Paris later that year, 3 separate scholars assigned to study it died unexpectedly within months. One from a sudden stroke, one in a mysterious fire, and another who reportedly went mad and jumped from a window, leaving behind a single cryptic note. "It showed me everything, and took it away." Word of the cursed scroll spread rapidly, and soon the Book of Thoth became one of the most feared artifacts in the academic world. The scroll was quietly locked away in the Musée du Louvre under heavy security, until it mysteriously vanished in 1849. Some say the Egyptian government secretly reclaimed it and buried it beneath the sands once more. Others believe it was smuggled into private collections, where secret societies guard its secrets to this day. But whispers persist among occult researchers and forbidden historians that the book isn't lost. They claim it was never a book in the conventional sense, but rather a blueprint, instructions on how to unlock hidden forces within the human mind and the universe itself. And according to recently leaked Vatican manuscripts, the Book of Thoth may not be the only one. There could be 12 scrolls in total, each hidden beneath different ancient temples, forming a network of forbidden knowledge, knowledge that could reshape everything we know about life, death, and the fabric of reality itself. After the mysterious discovery beneath Hermopolis in 1822, whispers of the Book of Thoth spread through academic and occult circles across Europe. By 1823, the scroll, carefully sealed and guarded, arrived in Paris under the supervision of the French Academy of Sciences. But from the very moment it reached the city, strange things began to happen. The scroll was locked inside a lead-lined vault beneath the Louvre Museum, accessible only to 3 scholars chosen by the French government. Among them was Dr. Antoine Duval, a brilliant linguist specializing in ancient Egyptian scripts. Alongside him were Professor Elise Fournier, an expert in comparative mythology, and Dr. Wilhelm Krauss, a German mathematician renowned for deciphering encoded manuscripts. Within days of opening the scroll, all 3 began reporting nightmares, vivid, almost lucid visions of colossal temples bathed in golden light, unknown constellations in the night sky, and towering beings with the heads of ibises speaking in an alien language. At first, they dismissed these experiences as exhaustion from overwork. But the dreams grew longer, clearer, and more real. Professor Fournier, in her personal journal, described one particular dream. I stood before a great black pyramid rising out of a sea of stars. A voice whispered from behind me, promising that death was only an illusion, that I could awaken into something higher. But when I turned, there was no one there. Within weeks, Fournier's health began to deteriorate rapidly. Her colleagues noted that she stopped eating, slept little, and spent hours tracing unknown geometrical patterns across parchment. On the 32nd night after she first touched the scroll, Fournier vanished from her study, leaving behind nothing but a cryptic note. They have chosen me. The veil is opening. 2 days later, her body was discovered floating in the Seine River. The French authorities ruled it an accident. Duval and Krauss were unconvinced. By 1824, the surviving scholars pushed deeper into decoding the scroll, uncovering strange mathematical formulas intertwined with verses written in an unknown Proto-Egyptian dialect. The formulas seemed to describe cosmic cycles, recurring events that reset the Earth's history every 12,960 years. More disturbingly, Duval claimed to have identified passages suggesting the existence of hidden gates, buried beneath sacred sites around the world, gateways to other realms. But before Duval could publish his findings, he too disappeared. His apartment in Paris was found ransacked, his notes missing, and his last surviving letter, sent to a fellow historian in Lyon, contained only 5 words. The keepers are watching us. It was then that rumors began to swirl about the involvement of a secretive organization known as the Order of Aten, a clandestine society tracing its origins back to the ancient priesthood of Thoth. Historians who dared speak about them claimed the order's sole mission was to guard forbidden knowledge, ensuring humanity never unlocked the power hidden within the scrolls. Some researchers believe the order infiltrated the highest levels of European academia, deliberately silencing anyone who got too close to uncovering the truth. By 1832, the French government quietly classified all documents related to the Hermopolis excavation. The Book of Thoth was moved into a restricted wing of the Louvre's archives, where it remained untouched for nearly 2 decades. But in 1849, the scroll vanished without a trace. No signs of forced entry. No broken locks. No fingerprints. It was as though the scroll had simply ceased to exist. Decades later, declassified Vatican archives revealed correspondence between the French Academy and the Catholic Church, suggesting the scroll had been smuggled to Rome under the protection of the Index Librorum Prohibitorum, the Vatican's infamous list of forbidden texts. But leaked documents hinted at something far stranger. The Book of Thoth wasn't the only artifact removed from Hermopolis. Buried alongside the original scroll, Durand's team had uncovered 11 additional stone tablets, each etched with strange diagrams and star maps. These weren't sent to Paris. They were quietly shipped to an undisclosed facility outside Alexandria, where all records of their existence vanished. Modern occult researchers now believe these tablets are part of a larger network, 12 fragments of a single cosmic archive designed to control forces beyond human comprehension. Some even suggest these fragments encode instructions to open the gates of the Duat, the Egyptian underworld said to exist between worlds. In 1871, a secretive group of British and French scholars, calling themselves the Hermetic Circle, reportedly obtained a copy of the book's first few translated passages. According to an unpublished memoir from Circle member Henry Wycliffe, the group attempted a ritual experiment in London designed to resonate with the cosmic frequencies described in the scroll. The result was catastrophic. Witnesses claimed the air vibrated violently, windows shattered, and several participants collapsed screaming. Wycliffe himself described a vision of an endless library beneath the stars, where knowledge whispered in voices older than mankind. After that night, 5 of the Circle's members disappeared. No bodies were ever found. The remaining witnesses burned the fragments they had translated, vowing never to continue the work. But by then, it was too late. In recent years, several independent archaeologists have reported strange electromagnetic anomalies near ancient Egyptian temples, particularly around Hermopolis, Abydos, and Saqqara. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed sealed chambers beneath these sites, and the layouts of these structures match diagrams found in Tesla's lost archives, suggesting a possible link between ancient Egyptian magic and modern energy manipulation. Even more unsettling are reports of disappearances connected to those who investigate the book. In 2011, a French historian named Dr. Marc Delacroix obtained an illegal scan of one of the remaining fragments and attempted to recreate the book's symbolic frequency grid. Within a week, he was dead, officially from cardiac arrest, though witnesses claimed his body exhibited severe electrical burns. According to leaked emails obtained in 2020, a classified branch of the CERN research facility has secretly been studying electromagnetic correlations between the book's formulas and quantum vacuum fluctuations. Internal reports suggest the scroll may describe hidden laws of physics that could allow the manipulation of matter, consciousness, and even time itself. And if that's true, then the Book of Thoth isn't just an ancient manuscript. It's a manual for rewriting reality. By the mid-19th century, after the scroll's mysterious disappearance from the Louvre in 1849, all public discussion about the Book of Thoth was silenced. Officially, the French Academy declared the document lost to fire. But whispers inside closed intellectual circles told a different story. The book had been secretly transferred to the Vatican Apostolic Archive, a vast underground repository hidden beneath St. Peter's Basilica, containing over 85 kilometers of classified manuscripts forbidden to the public. For decades, the Vatican maintained absolute secrecy. But in 1893, a breakthrough came when an exiled Jesuit scholar, Father Matteo Vescari, published a letter exposing what he called the Shadow Codex Project. According to Vescari, the Church had discovered multiple fragments of the Book of Thoth, combining them with texts seized from Alexandria, Babylon, and Timbuktu. The goal was chillingly clear: to reconstruct the hidden science of the gods, before humanity can misuse it. Vescari claimed that within the archives lies an index obscura, a locked vault containing manuscripts so dangerous that even cardinals were forbidden to read them. Among them, he said, was the complete translated copy of the Book of Thoth, restricted to a council of 7 high priests sworn to secrecy. In 1899, the story took a stranger turn. Declassified correspondence between Vatican archivists and Nikola Tesla suggests that the Church discreetly sought Tesla's assistance to interpret certain geometrical energy diagrams found within the book. Tesla's notes, discovered decades later in a New York storage locker, describe a series of experiments designed to replicate the harmonic resonance fields described in the scrolls. Tesla believed these diagrams encoded a universal energy matrix, a vibrational network linking all matter, consciousness, and time itself. But Tesla's writings grew increasingly cryptic. The symbols are not instructions, they are coordinates. Someone or something left us a map. Shortly after this revelation, Tesla abruptly terminated all communication with Vatican officials. He warned colleagues in private that there are forces older than mankind who want this power contained. Within months, Vatican records show the book was moved again, this time to a deeper vault, known only as Archivum Secretum Omega. By the early 20th century, the Book of Thoth had become the center of an occult arms race involving governments, secret societies, and rogue scholars. In 1903, leaked documents reveal that a German esoteric organization known as the Viral Society attempted to obtain fragments of the book through bribery and theft. The society believed the scroll contained instructions to create viral energy engines, devices capable of bending gravity and manipulating the fabric of spacetime. But before they could secure the fragments, the Vatican allegedly deployed its hidden enforcers, an ancient sect called the Custodes Umbri, Guardians of the Shadow. Within a month, every known virile agent involved in the operation had either vanished or been found dead under mysterious circumstances. The book remained locked in Rome, or so the Vatican wanted the world to believe. In 1924, British archaeologist Dr. Evelyn Hargrove claimed to have tracked a separate fragment of the book to a Tibetan monastery hidden deep within the Himalayas. In her recovered journal, she describes a chilling encounter with monks who referred to the scroll as the voice of the ibis. According to them, the book is not merely written knowledge, it's alive. It listens, one monk whispered. And when it chooses, it answers. Hargrove's expedition vanished 2 weeks later. Her journal, partially burnt, was recovered from an abandoned campsite alongside a single artifact, a small obsidian tablet etched with what appeared to be star maps of an unknown solar system. Modern astronomers now believe those coordinates point to Kepler 452b, an exoplanet that scientists only rediscovered in 2015. Fast forward to the present day. In 2017, a high-level data leak from CERN revealed classified research into what insiders called Project Hermopolis. According to the documents, a team of physicists had been granted restricted access to a digital scan of the Book of Thoth, acquired through Vatican agreements. Their experiments focused on the book's frequency equations, which some physicists believed could manipulate quantum vacuum states, effectively bending space and time at will. But the project spiraled out of control when researchers reported unexplained phenomena. Instruments detecting non-local energy spikes not predicted by physics. Computer systems automatically rewriting their own code after processing the book's diagrams. Lab cameras capturing brief appearances of human-like shadows moving in four-dimensional patterns. 3 of CERN's lead researchers resigned immediately, refusing to speak publicly about their findings. One anonymous whistleblower left a chilling statement. "This isn't a book, it's an interface. Something, or someone, on the other side is waiting." The Vatican has since doubled down on secrecy, issuing new restrictions around any research tied to Hermopolis, Abydos, or ancient Egyptian energy symbols. But fragments of the book continue to leak into the black market, most recently in Dubai, where a recovered tablet was auctioned for $92 million under heavy private security. Who bought it remains unknown. Meanwhile, deep within the Vatican archives, an unmarked manuscript surfaced in 2022 suggesting the existence of a 13th fragment, one believed to contain the final key to decoding the entire book. The note, written by a monk in 1623, ends with just 3 words. "The gate awaits." But this wasn't just a metaphor. Buried deep within the Archivum Secretum Omega, the Vatican's most classified vault, lay an encrypted dossier labeled Codex Kepler, a restricted compilation of translations, forbidden diagrams, and astronomic coordinates tied directly to the Book of Thoth. According to this codex, the book was never meant to be read in isolation. It was one of 13 fragments scattered across the Earth, each encoded with frequencies, mathematical harmonics, and celestial positions. Together, they supposedly formed a singular system, a map pointing to a cosmic gateway. For centuries, the Catholic Church, secret societies, and rogue states had been fighting to locate the missing fragments. But the Codex Kepler revealed something shocking. The last fragment, the one containing the activation formula, wasn't hidden beneath a temple or buried in desert sands. It was buried inside us. In 2019, a covert genetics project called Project Autumn was launched under joint supervision of Vatican scientists and DARPA researchers. Using micro-fragments of the book's translated symbols, they discovered something extraordinary. The symbols weren't just a language. They were biological instructions. Each spiral, each curve, each intersecting line corresponded perfectly with sequences in the human genome, as though the book's creators had designed our DNA like a living code. One passage from the Codex Kepler reads, "The flesh remembers. The blood carries the key." According to leaked documents, when certain frequency harmonics described in the book were transmitted into isolated DNA samples, something impossible happened. The double helix self-repair damaged strands instantly, as if it had been activated. But that wasn't all. Under the correct sequence, researchers reported seeing biophotonic emissions, microscopic pulses of light, radiating from human cells, forming patterns identical to the star map found on the obsidian tablet recovered in Tibet nearly a century earlier. This led to one unavoidable conclusion. Humanity itself might have been engineered, and the Book of Thoth is the instruction manual. As these revelations spread through hidden scientific circles, powerful factions moved to control the research. The Vatican Custodes Umbri wanted the book locked away forever, fearing its misuse. A private think tank called Orbis Noctis, funded by global elites, sought to weaponize its secrets, claiming control of resurrection technology and energy manipulation. Meanwhile, a covert UN task force known only as Project Seraphim attempted to piece together all 13 fragments, believing that unlocking the book would prevent an imminent cosmic event foretold in the texts. The conflicts escalated in 2021, when an encrypted CERN server was breached by an unknown group calling themselves the Keepers of Thoth. They released 12 gigabytes of classified schematics online, but within 9 minutes, every file was wiped and every mirror server destroyed. To this day, no one knows who the Keepers are, but insiders claim they control at least 3 fragments of the book. Among the Vatican leaks was a translated segment known as the Passage of the Ibis. When the 13 voices sing as one, the river of time shall divide. The children of men will stand before the mirror, and those unprepared shall be erased. Scholars were baffled. What did it mean by, the river of time shall divide? Quantum physicists now believe the book contains instructions to manipulate timelines. Recent CERN experiments show that under specific frequency sequences, particles briefly vanish and reappear outside predicted spacetime coordinates. In other words, the book may describe how to open a dimensional gateway. In March 2023, archaeologists excavating beneath the Temple of Seti I in Abydos, Egypt, made an astonishing discovery: an underground passage sealed with solid granite slabs, untouched since the time of the pharaohs. Inside, they found a perfectly preserved mechanical device, a strange crystalline structure with geometric markings identical to those in the book. Scientists call it the resonator. When researchers powered it using low-frequency sound waves, the chamber walls began vibrating, and strange holographic projections appeared in midair, showing constellations that don't exist in our night sky. Even more disturbing, a carved inscription beneath the device read, "To open the gate, align the heart of the sky with the breath of the earth." Astrophysicists later confirmed the alignment refers to a celestial convergence happening on April 4, 2026, an event where 5 major planets will perfectly align with the galactic center. This discovery sent shockwaves through the secret factions. For the first time in history, the activation date of the book may have been uncovered. Before her death in 2022, a whistleblower known as Aurelia, a former Vatican translator, leaked a final, chilling passage of the book. Beyond the gate lies the first memory. Those who see it will know the architects, and the architects will know them. But beware, once awakened, the old teachers do not sleep again. Some researchers now believe the Book of Thoth wasn't written by humans at all, but by an advanced intelligence predating our species, an intelligence that may still exist outside linear time. If that's true, unlocking the book isn't just dangerous. It's an invitation. Today, evidence suggests at least 9 of the 13 fragments have been recovered by competing factions. Satellite data from Egypt, Turkey, and Antarctica shows unusual energy spikes around suspected fragment locations, suggesting activation attempts have already begun. No one knows what will happen when the fragments are united and the gate is opened. Will it unleash forgotten knowledge, infinite energy, contact with an ancient intelligence? Or will it erase us entirely, rewriting history as if we never existed? One thing is certain: the countdown has already started. And when the planets align on April 4, 2026, the Gate of the Gods may finally open.